Good morning. Happy Friday. I wanted to switch things up a little bit and move away from the makeup until after I do my card reading. I'm not working today. And on days when I don't work, I have blocks of time that I can schedule to do a card reading or another kind of video. And I don't like it when it's rushed, because I don't think that a proper healing message for a general reading should be rushed. But as I go to Instagram and TikTok, and even now with YouTube Shorts, everything is fast and everything is rushed. Has the pandemic taught us anything about rushing? If it is at all possible to not be doing that, then we should really take the time to be the people that we were intended to be, which, by the way, our souls chose. And yes, there is controversy about this theory. And it is a theory unless you fully know and believe that it's the truth. I happen to believe it because at first, when I heard about this theory, I thought it was bullshit, basically. I'm like, no, my soul didn't say, hey, I want these parents, I want this situation, I want all of this in my life. Who would ask for these things? By the same token, someone that is homeless or someone that has spent their whole entire life ill, who would ask for those things? So I decided to really do some soul searching. And when I did that, I discovered that the patterns of my life created where I am today in my soul. I'm not talking about material things. I'm talking about my soul. I'm talking about my mental health and the knowledge that I've gained. And I can only speak for myself, but I do know that when I had a quantum healing hypnosis technique session, and I was under hypnosis, there were some times prior to this life that really resonated with me. And I thought, that makes so much sense because I have those thoughts now. Yet we're in the 1800s, or we're in medieval times, or we're in, prior to coming into my body. So this is a personal choice. This is a personal individual decision, which should not be dictated by the opinions of others, religious institutions, or group thinking. It's a choice to think this way, to believe this way, to understand this way, and to feel it deeply inside each of us. So with that said, I'm going to get on with the card reading. And I'm going to pull cards from my deck, Light Fragments Oracle, hence the name of my YouTube channel. And I'm not going to blather on about things. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the soul and just give you some food for thought. So I'm going to shuffle my deck. I am off center on purpose because I have a fall crisp apple cinnamon yummy goodness candle going in the background, and I wanted you guys to be able to see. The card reading for today, I'm going to ask, since the weekend is coming, and we have just had a full moon, and there are so many things going on around the world, but in my travels, even with some of my clients, there has been some shifts in their lives. And so I feel like I feel it everywhere. Okay, you know, change is a natural consequence of life. And as much as we'd like it to stay the same, it does not. It does not. The only thing constant in life is change. And I know that sounds cliche, and you've probably heard it over and over again. But how we deal with the change makes all the difference in the world for the experience that we have in our lives. Now, we could be saying, I don't like change. I don't like change. You know what? I don't really like change either. I like to be the master and controller of the change in my life. I guess I could be sort of a control freak. But over the years, I have learned that there is really not a whole lot about my life that I can control. I can control a few things. I can control the clothes I wear. I can control what I put on my face for makeup. I can control what comes out of my mouth. I can control the things that I see and hear. I can control my schedule day to day somewhat. But anything else, I cannot control. And even the things that I use for decoration, something might break. I can't control that. My cat might knock something over. My dog might destroy something. Somebody might spill something on the fabric of my furniture. So there's a lot of things that we cannot control. And change is one of them. It's going to happen inevitably. Inevitably. Even if you've been in the same house, had the same furniture, had the same life for 40 years, 50 years. Change is inevitable. One of my clients a couple years ago, before the pandemic, asked me, if something were to happen to your husband, would you sell your house? And back then, I said no. Even that has changed. Yes, I would. I would sell my house. I would sell a lot of my possessions. Maybe not right away, but I would work towards that because I love tiny houses. Not real tiny, but I could live in 400, 600, 700 square feet easily as a single person. So that's what I'm talking about with change. Back then, I said no. Now I'm saying yes. And God forbid, because that's not what I'm thinking about, but I was presented with that question, and flippantly I said no, because I love my house. But I also know beyond a shadow of a doubt that as we mature and get older, things happen, life changes, we change. We change on the inside and we change on the outside. So my wisdom for today is to embrace every second of that. So let's pull a few cards. Shall we? Infinite wisdom, Mother, Father, God, creator of all that is. What do we need to learn today about either making changes, flowing with changes, surrendering and accepting the changes of life? I'm going to cut the deck. So this card is not what I was expecting. And I'm going to read it as my intuition tells me. Some of you are in a relationship. You have a partner, or you are married, or living with somebody, but there is a relationship going on. And this card is the Unconditional Love card. Okay, we have two people with two totally different ways of looking at things. Two opposite individuals that are connected in life unconditionally. They are both accepting each other for who they are. So, since the reading is about change, I'm going to go a step further and say that something about this relationship is going to change. Now, that doesn't mean divorce. That doesn't mean death. But it could be that either one of you two will be presented with a decision to have to make a change. And so the other person will have to go along with, or not. So the unconditional aspect of this card is that the door swings both ways. Okay? When there is an unconditional love relationship that has been worked on, one of the parties has to say, yes, I will go, or no, I won't go. Or together we will go. And so if you are in this place where you are coming up to retirement, or you need to move into a different living condition or a different area, for whatever the reason, could be job related, this change is going to put you in a surrender, accepting place of unconditional love. When we are born, let me just explain something. When the soul enters the body, that soul comes from God, the Creator. And when that soul enters the body, it's a clean slate for that soul. That soul is unconditional love. But when the soul enters the body and everything kicks in gear, it's like It's like a motor. It's like gears turning, okay? And as the child progresses, there is conditioning and learning based on the environment of that child. So two people come into each other's lives with a whole different set of conditions. And in order for there to be a full circle of unconditional love, the door has to swing both ways. There is nothing wrong with saying, well, I do that for you. You can respect me and do that for me. That's love. Not speaking up might work for you. Never worked for me. That causes resentment in me. If I have to shut my mouth, maybe for a season, yes. But eventually, speaking up is a form of communication that if the two souls are joined unconditionally, eventually there is a learning and a merging. Once you allow love into your heart, it nestles there and makes a home. So, see all of this? This is called a home. But this is not what makes a home. This stuff didn't just plop here, like boom, out of the sky. Okay, maybe it appeared so we could go get it and bring it here, but it was created. It was created in love. And if you are facing a change, okay, and you have to let go of some things in order to recreate that loving home, you'll do it. You'll do it. It's okay. You don't need to stress about it. You don't. Because if you are put in that position of change, it's going to happen anyway. This could be many people, okay? And it's not limited to a couple. It could be that something happened and you are now single. That is the challenge that you are experiencing. This bothers me because I'm doing this reading and I want to read the cards as they come. And I look at the cards and I think this has nothing to do with anything that I'm reading. But I'm going to read them. Because if I had you in front of me, I would read them. Okay? So just because I'm on YouTube doesn't mean I can go, ooh, I'm going to stick that card over there and they won't know. No, I'm going to read this. So the second card, or the present moment card, is Children of Light. And what I'm going to say with this card is some of you have a baby on the way, or a baby has been born. Okay, so you could be a younger couple, you could be a grandparent expecting a child. You could have accepted the child into your home to take care of this child. And I'm not going to get into all the ways that could happen, but you could be a grandparent, an aunt, or an uncle taking care of a child, a niece, a nephew, a grandson, a granddaughter. This card stepped forward because when you've made the decision to do this, you didn't have a choice, or you felt you didn't have a choice. But I'm going to tell you that your child, whether you're expecting, grandparent expecting a grandchild, or you've accepted a child into your home, this child is a crystal child. And this is also a change for you. This is a change that's happening. But let me tell you a little bit. I'm not going to stay focused on this. Let me tell you a little bit about the crystalline children. They have come to the planet to observe it and find loving ways to fix it. So, in essence, it does go along with the unconditional love, doesn't it? The unconditional love. These children are non-confrontational, and people love being around them. So if you've made this decision and this is happening for you, or you're expecting a child and you have some trepidation about it, relax. Relax. Because all is well. This child chose you for a reason. And so you will see the fruits of this. And if this is something that you have done, you are now seeing the fruits of it. I personally don't know if I could do that. I could have the children, but I don't know. I've never been put in that position. So, to all of you that have accepted this responsibility of taking children into your home and nurturing them, because you are now seeing the fruit of your unconditional love. And it like really, I'm telling you, this gives me chills and makes me almost I can feel my heart space, because I honestly don't know if I could do that. So you are blessed in so many ways. And those of you that are expecting children, you are blessed. And grandparents and aunts and uncles, you are blessed. Okay? So some of you, your work involves being around these children of light. And also the crystalline energy, perhaps even crystals. That's another topic, but I have to add that, okay? So that's that card. So let's see what the next card is. Relax. Relax, okay? Relax. So I think I just mentioned relax about it, okay? Because this is a good thing that's happening. This is a good thing that's coming. And you're going to settle into this nicely, beautifully, wonderfully. It's meant to be. It's meant to be. You are a natural. Okay? And you were chosen. Enough said. Relax. Not even going to read what I wrote on this card, because I know what it means. Settle into this. Okay, let's pick the next card. This was only going to be a 3-card reading. I don't know. I just naturally decided to pull another card. This card is release. Release. Release all your judgments, release all your preconceived ideas, release all the stress, all the worry, all the what ifs. Change is coming. It's coming for you. Based on the previous cards, it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. To release that which does not serve you anymore, okay? Letting something go so you can move into the new simply means to set it free. Whatever that is. And you know, when we hold on to certain thoughts and conditions, picture a cage. All these thoughts and all these conditions are in this cage, and we locked it, and that cage is up in here in our minds, and we threw away the key. Okay? It's time to go find that key. It's time to unlock that cage. It's time to release all of these things that are not serving us anymore. They're passé. At one time we needed them. We don't need them anymore. We're changing. Things are changing. We're moving into a different way of being, a different life, a different mindset. So release all that. How you choose to do this is totally up to you. So check in with yourself. Okay, nobody can make these decisions for you. It's like when you live with somebody and you're like, oh my God, this person is a worrywart. How do I? This is the controlling aspect of me. How do I get this person to stop worrying like it's my problem? You lived with me. Wouldn't you want me to give you the benefit of the doubt? All right? None of us are perfect people. None of us. And if you think you're perfect out there, you're in for a rude awakening. Okay? Just saying. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. We all judge. We all have opinions. We all criticize. The goal is to try to be better, to do better, and to not do those things. I remember when my children were little and I would yell at them and I would feel horrible for yelling at them. Sometimes it was warranted. I didn't want them to get hurt. But is there a better way? Of course there is. But I didn't know any better. All right? The goal is to try to be better and to do better, but we are not perfect. So anyway, the situation, release. Now I'm going to read this card based on my intuition, which my cards, you can read them how your intuition tells you to read them. But if you notice, there are 3 orbs coming in to the third eye area, which is also a triangle, a 3-sided image. So we can take this as the Trinity. We could take this as 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years. Might be something you're planning. Okay? Will come to fruition. We have the pyramid structure. They hold the test of time. That means solidity. That means a good foundation. Okay, so we've got 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 years. My intuition is telling me 3 months. So let's say it's October, November, December. January is going to be a very fast-moving month for some of you. January into February. Okay, usually after the holidays, you have that lull. People are shopping the sales. Nope, not for you. You've got other stuff more important going on between January and February. Okay, and we also have a lot of healing going on with the green triangle and what is being released. So this is the heart with angel wings. So you're being asked to trust the process. Okay? Trust the process. There's a lot of passion involved in making this decision. In other words, it might be something that you've thought about doing for a long time, and it's finally coming to fruition. There's a lot of passion fluttering about with the red. Okay? So this is kind of like an upheaval, but an exciting time for you. Let's pick a root card. Voila. This is your karmic journey. This is something that your soul chose. Okay? Your soul chose this. It's in your DNA, and it's in the DNA of your partner, or if you're single, it's in the DNA of the situation. You chose it. Our DNA is so complex that its very strands are riddled with energy from the soul's journey through time to the now into the future. Do you get the why a timeline? It's better to just read, like I'll do past, present, future, but it's all connected into this very moment of DNA complexity. It's quantum physics. Take time to ask yourself the important questions of life and wait before jumping. You know the change is happening, but go within and ask yourself the very important questions instead of going, oh, I'm so worried. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. Step back. Center yourself. Sometimes that's very hard to do. I'm just being honest. It's very hard to do. I'm not making it sound like, oh, it's so easy. Just go do it. No, it's very hard. It's very hard sometimes to do, but it is possible. Take time to ask yourself the important questions of life and wait by being mindful of the little things that manifest. The little stone, the little breadcrumb along the path. This is the way. Walk this way. Okay? Because those little crumbs, those little pebbles, hold the answers to the very air you breathe on this journey. Okay, my friends, that's the reading for today. Except for, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope this reading resonated with you. And I love you in an unconditional way. In other words, I can send you love. And there doesn't have to be anything attached to that. Okay? So, be well, be blessed, be beautiful because you are, and so it is. Until next time. Bye.